Hi lovelies, and welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited to be here filming, speaking to you. I have missed this so much. Yes, I've been gone for like 2 or 3 weeks. Not intended, I'm not gonna get into it, it's boring. But I'm just happy to be here. I felt really called today to sit down, and as you can tell by the title of this video, to do a collective summer solstice reading. Okay, so summer solstice, if you don't know, is the point of the year where the sun reaches its highest peak. Okay, it's its highest point in the sky that it will reach, and it happens, I believe, every year on the 21st of June. I have heard people say the 20th or 21st, but I do believe it happens on the 21st of June every year, and it's the longest day of the year. Now, I think that's if you're in the northern hemisphere. I think if you're in the southern hemisphere, you'll be celebrating the winter solstice, because obviously we're on opposite sides of the earth. But here I'm going to be reading for the summer solstice today. So if you do enjoy this reading, please do hit a lovely thumbs up and subscribe to join our lovely community if you haven't already. Okay. So as I started to speak to Spirit, as I was setting up the filming and the camera and everything, Spirit really began to talk to me about people understanding that you've still got time. Okay, that's one of the real things that Spirit wanted to bring through. They were saying we want people to understand that you've still got time. There's this feeling of, like, as we hit the midpoint of the year, that people start to panic and rush and think, oh my gosh, I didn't stick to my New Year's resolutions, I haven't done this, oh, I'll just give up, I'll start in January. No. Listen, every single day when you wake up is a new day. You don't have to wait till January, you don't have to wait till Monday, you don't have to wait till whenever to start again or to try. Like, it takes multiple times sometimes to try new things or to build new habits. It's not too late. Spirit really want people to know that as we do the turning point from the first half of the year to the second half of the year with the summer solstice, they're saying that when the sun does reach its highest peak and its highest point, it pauses. Okay, so the sun, as it rises up to the highest point in the sky, it pauses and it stops. And that's what Spirit is calling for us to do right now. You may have this feeling to want to sit down and just reflect on the first 6 months of the year and just look at what you've built so far, what maybe you haven't built. You don't have to judge yourself, you don't have to ridicule yourself. You can just look back with love or with openness and just see it for what it is. Imagine if you find it hard to, like, reflect on your own journey without judging yourself. Imagine it's just your friend's journey and you're sitting down and you're looking at what they've done, but it is for you. And just see, like, what you've been able to achieve, what you'd like to release, what you'd like to bring in, and work with that as you move forward. There's nothing wrong with not having achieved what you want to do so far, because if we had all achieved everything we wanted so far, what would we do? Like, what would we do with our time forward? It would be done. So it's absolutely okay if you have not achieved, and Spirit really wants to bring that through. They are saying it's okay, you've still got time. The sun, as it reaches its highest peak, Spirit is saying it doesn't look around and it doesn't look at what everyone else is doing. It just focuses on its own light, on its own journey, because it takes a journey to get to that peak. Okay, and Spirit is saying that as we move through our own journeys, you don't need to be comparing your light to anybody else's. You can just simply be still in your own light and look at where you've come and where you're going. That's it. You don't need to compare. You don't need to do that. You can just sit in your own light and bask in it and be like, this is where I am. Acceptance, mindfulness, here. The other thing that Spirit really want to bring through is this energy of simplifying. Okay, they've really been talking to me about this for the past few days, and how we overcomplicate things. We want these big grand achievements, these big gestures, these big moments of success, missing out on the journey to getting there. Okay, Spirit is talking about simplifying and consistency. Okay, because that is what gets you to that peak of where the sun is in that solstice space. The sun doesn't just get there. The sun doesn't just rise to the peak and then shines. No, the sun takes 6 months to get to that peak. Okay, and it will continue that journey forever. It has been doing that journey long before we were here, and it will continue to do that journey long after we are here. So it's a very simple message, because Spirit is saying that we don't need complexity right now. We don't need anything harder than what is going on right now. There is so much going on in the world right now that is hard and complex and complicated. We need to be simplifying our own lives. We don't need to add any hardship to it, okay? We need to make it easier for ourselves and make it simple for ourselves, okay? We don't need to be making it complicated. We don't need to be doing a million things at once. We need to be honing in, simplifying, and understanding that we have time and we can take our time. There's no rush. We are on a divine journey, as the sun is on its own divine journey, as are we. And the summer solstice is a perfect time to reflect that. You know, the sun is shining at its peak. Light is all about reflection, seeing ourselves, standing in our truth, embodying our own light, and working with our own journey. This is about focusing on your own path and being simple about it. Like Spirit said, we don't need to be making everything complicated all the time, okay? So I was really drawn to 2 decks because I am going to pull some cards, and one was just to basically clarify what we need to let go of as a collective, and what you may need to let go of as you're watching this reading. And the other card is what we can bring in, because so often we talk about what we need to release, what we need to let go of, but what do we actually need to bring it in and make space for? So let's start with what we need to let go. Spirit is telling me that there will be 3 cards that will come out of this deck. So yeah, just to recap, take this time to be still, reflect on your journey in a loving way, not in a judgmental way, and just take what you've learned, use it to move forward. Look at what you haven't yet achieved and what you can do to achieve that going forward. You don't need to be doing 100 things. Maybe just pick one thing, simplify it, and focus on your own journey, okay? And you've got enough time to do that. You're on divine timing. We're all on our own solstices. We're all in our own journey. So Spirit, what do we need to let go of at this solstice? Okay, that's 2 cards. They're telling me there's one more. Okay, one more card. So what else do we need to let go of at this time? Okay, here we go. Right, so the cards that Spirit have given are surrender stubbornness, surrender the idea you can fix someone, and surrender to divine timing. Okay, let's start with surrender stubbornness. So this card says if you're tensing up or taking a rigid stance about something, gently observe yourself and become more yielding. This will help you communicate more lovingly with others and yourself. Okay, there you go, just to see the card. So, as I tap into this card, and if you look at the image, there is a glimmer of light coming in the background. Summer solstice is all about the light, okay? And the lady is just turning to it, just looking at it slightly, okay? Her focus is being drawn to the light. When we are rigid and stuck and like, well, I didn't achieve my goals that I set in January, I haven't been able to stick to an exercise routine, I haven't been able to do this, we are in the dark, we're in that lack, we're in that desperation, we're in that haven't got. When you focus on the light, you focus on a way forward. Okay, so what, I haven't done it yet. Does that mean I'll never do it? Does that mean I can't do it? No. Let go of this stubbornness of being like, well, this is how it is and I'm stuck here. It's not true. You are not stuck. This is just your circumstance now. And sorry if you heard that banging, that was the door. But you are not stuck. This is just your circumstances now. You don't have to stay there. You can turn at any moment and look at the light and be like, how do I move out of this? That is our responsibility. It is our responsibility to take accountability for our own growth and our own actions. We often can sometimes forget that and be like, oh, life is happening to me. It is, but at the same time, you also have choices and you can make decisions and you can choose to focus on how you can move through something rather than being stuck where you are. So just understand that being fixated in the way things are right now and in your current circumstances or the way things have been isn't really going to serve you. When you shift and focus on the light, then you can find a way forward. Surrender the idea you can fix someone. So there you go, you can just take a look at that card there. This says it's time for a relationship to shift. It doesn't work to try to fix someone. Each person must be accountable for his or her own healing. What did I just say? we can only be accountable for ourselves. And with this card, Spirit really takes me back to what they just brought through, which was that when the sun rises, it's not looking around at the planets or the moon or any other sun in the galaxy and being like, well, they're over there and they're doing this, and no, it's just focused on the journey it's been on and where it's going. That's it. You are not responsible for anybody else's path. There's nothing more to say on that. And lastly, what more for the summer solstice can we say? I've talked about it already. I've talked about all three of these things. Surrender to divine timing. Let me just pull that back. And this says, sometimes divine timing may differ from your ego's timing. So ego is that part of you that is like, well, I haven't done this and I haven't done that, and you get stuck in the fact that you haven't done it rather than realizing you've still got time. If a goal isn't manifesting fast enough, according to your ego, be patient and trust the universal flow. And with that, Spirit is saying again, repeatedly, there is still time. You've still got time to do the thing. This is what this pausing moment is all about. When the sun gets to the highest peak of the sky, it pauses. It stops. It has this long day, this long moment, and it just stops there. So this is what you're being called to do. Just stop. Just reflect gently and understand that you've still got time. Just because you haven't done it yet doesn't mean you can't do it. You've still got time to work out a plan. And that doesn't even just mean for the next 6 months. That means for the rest of your life. Be patient with yourself and understand that everything happens in a phase and when it is meant to happen. Okay, so being told 3 again, so here we go. So this is all about what Spirit wants us to bring into our lives, because we can get so caught up on what we need to let go of. There we go, popped over already. What we need to let go of, but what do we need to bring forward? So 2 more cards, Spirit. What do you want the collective to bring forward into our lives right now? What do you want us to bring forward into our lives? Okay. Say yes, create, turn back. I'm going to start, oh, say yes just fell on the floor. I'm going to start with turn back. I've really felt very much in the past few weeks that Spirit is calling a lot of us back to childhood passions. So for me, so I can give you an example, when I was a child I used to play the guitar, and I actually have a guitar just found there. It's been sitting there for legitimately, I want to say probably 5+ years. I haven't touched it, I haven't taken it out. Actually I took it out to get it tuned, and just recently Spirit were like, pick up the guitar and stop playing it again, and I still haven't done it. But I feel like that's what Spirit means by turn back. What did you once enjoy? This is about a reflection period. What did you once enjoy doing? What do you want to bring into your life? What can you reconnect with? What can you reignite in your life? Again, this is all about fire, light, sun. What can you reignite? What fire in you can you reignite? What can you bring back from your childhood that you used to love, that you've disconnected with? I really feel that Spirit is trying to call a lot of us to reconnect with our inner child right now. You may be finding that a lot of traumas or things are coming to the surface. That's so you can just clear them and work through them. You don't have to stay in them. So you can clear them and work through them and find the good memories, the good things. What did you enjoy doing? Because I really feel like we're being called back to that now, and to not even to make it a career or anything like that, just to have it as a passion or as a hobby again. Again, create. This is all about creating your life, being the manifestor of your life, designing your life as you want, all about law of attraction. I do want to talk more about the law of attraction on this channel because it is a big part of my life. I'm a big manifestor. I love law of attraction. I'm part of a law of attraction book club. And that's what I feel is connected with this card in the summer solstice. How do you want your life to look going forward? Again, so many times we forget that we do get a say. We do get a say. We get a say with our actions, our beliefs, our words, our thoughts. Every single one of those things is choosing what we have in our lives. Okay, so we do get a say. So what do you want? As you pause in this moment of summer solstice and you look forward, okay, What do you want? This is about looking back at what you used to have that you can take forward. This is about what you haven't yet created. What did you not achieve that you maybe want to do? What have you not even thought about that you want to do? Create. It's your life. You get to create it. And say yes. This is about fear. Spirit is telling me that this is about fear. This isn't just saying yes to every opportunity. This is about not being held back by fear. What up until this point have you not done because you weren't good enough, felt not good enough, felt like you just weren't going to be able to stick at it? Pick one thing. As I said, Spirit is about simplifying. You don't have to overwhelm yourself. Listen, we're human. You might have set 5 goals at the beginning of the year and you might not have achieved any of them. Pick one. Just pick one. It's better than none. Pick one, say yes to that one thing and work on nurturing it. Okay, this is a moment for us to pause, to shine light on our journey thus far and where we want to go moving forward. So simplify, focus on your own journey and understand that you've still got time. And that's really it, I feel. And I hope you've enjoyed this reading. If you did, please hit a lovely thumbs up. I do offer personal readings if you want more of a kind of personalized reading with your specific energy rather than the collective energy. I will leave a link to my website where you can find more information or book down below. If you haven't subscribed already, please come and join our lovely community and subscribe as well. And thank you for being with me today, sending you all of the light and love for the summer solstice, and I will see you soon for another reading, lovelies. Bye.